everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing the new Teen Titans Archive Editions Volume 1 through 4. Now, when I do this review, I'm not going to talk about the stories themselves. No. See, that would just take too long. There's so many stories in this, it just would waste my time away. Instead, I'm going to talk about the comic itself. The writers, the co-creators of this comic, George Perez and Marv Wolfman. And also I'll be talking about the team members themselves, and basically everything that makes this comic fantastic. Now, the new Teen Titans. Don't be confused by the title. There is nothing new about this comic. It came out in 1981. And up until this point, the Teen Titans were a mediocre comic at best. So DC decided to give it a facelift, and brought in the team of George Perez and Marv Wolfman. And you know, Marv Wolfman didn't want to do this comic at first. He was kind of sick of Team Ups, but he joined in on the team anyways. See, the creators, George Perez, Marv Wolfman, and DC themselves didn't think that this title was going to last that long. No. They thought it was going to last maybe 6 or 7 issues, maybe 2 arcs at the best, and kind of fizzle away into nothingness. Boy, were they wrong. The new Teen Titans quickly rose to become, at the time, DC Comics' best-selling comic, rivaling, even surpassing Marvel's X-Men comics, becoming the best comic at the time. And rightfully so. The stuff in these archive editions and the stuff in the new Teen Titans title are fantastic. Fantastic. The characters in this, fantastic. The relationships in this, fantastic. The art, the writing, the stories, all fantastic. And the great thing about these stories is they all transition into each other. It's just like a roller coaster ride. Now, the great thing about the new Teen Titans is despite the fact that they came out in 1981, before the big reboot, before the Crisis of Infinite Earth, everything in this is counted in the modern continuity. Everything in this transferred over. So everything in this is still canon. Of course, a few things need to be changed, like Batman smoking a pipe, or, Apollo's hair being blonde, but that's like small, minor stuff. Everything in this is still part of the modern continuity. So that's a great thing. Now, George Perez and Marv Wolfman are fantastic individuals when it comes down to comic society. Now, if you haven't read anything by these guys, or seen anything by these guys, then you guys are missing out. They have done work such as, obviously, the new Teen Titans, The Crisis of Infinite Earth, have you ever heard of that comic? And Wonder Woman, Gods Immortals through Destiny Calling, among other work too. Now, Marv Wolfman is the writer in this book, and he does a fantastic job at having the characters be so well developed, and basically, working well together. And he does such minuscule stories and epic level stories. Very few writers can do that, and he can make these stories transition into each other. George Perez is the artist on this, and although he can do writing, he mainly does art on this, and boy does he do the best art out there. Some of his work is some of my favorite artwork there is. He's definitely up there with my favorite artists. He does beautiful work, and I suggest everyone pick up comics just for his artwork. Now, onto the team itself. See, the Teen Titans, despite the fact that Justice League is probably my favorite team, the Teen Titans are probably my most enjoyable red team. Because the thing about the Teen Titans is they're actually a team. See, the Justice League is just a bunch of heroes that get together to fight evil. The Teen Titans is a legitimate team. They live together. They work together. They go to social events together, and they're friends. Batman doesn't go out and have a beer with Wally West and Barry Allen and Hal Jordan after a case. No. But the Teen Titans, they'll chill after a case. They live together. They're a team. They joke together. They're friends. They're all friends. Like, Superman isn't friends with everyone on the Justice League. Batman isn't friends with everyone on the Justice League. But Robin, Cyborg, all of them are friends. And they just kind of have that great synergy with each other that makes them such a dynamic team. So, there's been a lot of the new Teen Titans members, but I'm only going to talk about the core team itself, the founding members, for lack of better terms. So the first one would be Robin, and this is Robin Dick Grayson. Now, Robin is my favorite of the Teen Titan members because I love Dick Grayson to death. And he takes up the role of leader in this. Now, he's been on uneasy terms with Batman because he kind of dropped out of college and he wanted to make a name for himself. He joins the Titans because he thinks this is the place where he can make that name. The next member would be Wonder Girl, and she's my second favorite Titan, and I love Wonder Girl, Donna Troy. She doesn't have any particular rhyme or reason for joining the Titans, unlike everyone else. But she serves as the heavy hitter of the team, the muscle of the team, and like Wonder Woman, she's kind of the bonds that keeps the team together. She's very level-headed and very down-to-earth. The next person would be the last of the sidekick group, and that would be Kid Flash, Wally West, who by many now would be known as the current Flash, at least until Rebirth is done, because I think he's going to stop being the Flash to that. However, Wally West doesn't really want to be part of the Teen Titans. He wants to live a normal life, but he's finding himself that he can't live a normal life. He has these superpowers. He's done so much as a superhero that he can't go back to being normal Wally West. Also, Raven using a spell on him kind of convinces him to join the team. And he kind of just stays there. Now, the thing about the new Teen Titans is we have a lot of members that aren't sidekicks and original team members. The first of which being Cyborg. Now, I like Cyborg a lot. And his character is so unique because he starts off as this very reluctant hero that really finds everything bad. He finds the bad in everything. And he turns out to be this champion in almost this leader sense. I think if Robin was not the leader, Cyborg would make an excellent leader. He really thinks everyone's out to get him because he's half human, half robot. But he comes to find that, that doesn't really matter in life. And, being a hero, that's what matters. Cyborg is a great member. Then we got Changeling, or for people of this generation would know him as Beast Boy. Changeling has the unique power of changing into any kind of animal there is. I think even dinosaurs, I'm not sure. But, he's very lighthearted and jokes on the outside, but the thing about Changeling is that he has a lot of emotional depth and he's tortured inside. He's had a very shaky past, and he covers it up by being the comic relief. Then we got Starfire, the Tamaranian princess, who was given up by her father into slavery to save her planet. She eventually escapes and goes to Earth. She serves as a heavy hitter too. She's very powerful, and she has the ability to use Star Bolts. So, Starfire, she's an alien. She doesn't really know her place on Earth. She has a quick attraction to Dick Grayson, as with most women do in the DC universe. Say what you want about Batman being the playboy socialite, the real one is Dick Grayson. Everyone falls in love with Dick Grayson. Whether you're human, alien, male, female, cat or dog, everyone wants to do Dick Grayson. He's just a man. And, finally, the last member, the one that tied them all together, would be Raven. Raven's the one that kind of brought the team together, selected all the members. For what reason, I'm not going to reveal. She's an empath, and she can use magic abilities. Now, she has kind of a shady, dark past that's kind of a spoiler, so I won't say anything. But she's kind of a cool character, too, although she's my least favorite of the Titans. She kind of grows on you after a while. Now, the new Teen Titans is such fantastic comic. In the earliest works, comics 1 through, I believe, 27, are in the archive editions. So if you want to read up on how things started with the new Teen Titans, you might want to get the archive edition. Now there's one problem to this. Let me just show you. Each archive edition is $49.99. It's a hardcover. Look how thick it is. It is a thick book. Very thick. But each one is $49.99. Essentially $50. So if you're going to pick this up, the best chance you're going to get is either going online, where they're about $25 each, or pray that your comic book store has some kind of sale, like a 50% off sale that my comic store has every once in a while. For the casual comic book reader, this isn't something that you want to get. But for a comic book enthusiast, I highly, highly recommend the new Teen Titans. They're very overlooked by comic book readers right now, but the new Teen Titans is some of the best comics that I've ever read. And I'm saying that. They really are. The writing, fantastic. The stories, fantastic. The characters, fantastic. The art, fantastic. I have no complaints whatsoever with this comic. None. At all. Yeah. That good. I know. So, if you're going to pick this up, if you're interested, I recommend picking them up. I would start out by picking up Volume 1. At least with Volume 1, you get a good grasp of the Titans. A lot of the groundwork is laid for some of the later Titan arcs. And if you really want to just get one volume, I suggest getting Volume 1. Despite all the other volumes being just as good, Volume 1 gives you enough of groundwork that you can skip the other 3. But I do recommend picking up all the volumes. They're fantastic work. You're going to pay a pretty penny for it, up to $200 if you buy them cover price at a comic store. If you buy them online, you might pay up to $120. But they are worth it. They are worth it. The Teen Titans are such a fantastic team, and like I said, the new Teen Titans lay the groundwork, making the Titans title one of the most popular team-up titles in DC, second only to probably the Justice League. And a lot of people love the Titans, they do. And all the members are just so great. They are. They work so well together because they're like a team. And lastly, I said this before, all these stories, despite being before the Infinite Crisis, all transition over into the modern continuity, with a few minor changes here and there. So the new Teen Titans, some of the best comics I've ever read, I suggest picking them up. You will love them. I cannot praise this enough. So with that said, this is Andrew saying, peace out for now. Titans go!